Budget IEMs have absolutely exploded in popularity over the last few years. What used to be something only audiophiles really talked about has now become a genuine alternative to gaming headsets, with some of them offering incredible sound for surprisingly little money. One of the biggest examples for me was the Moondrop Chu. I picked up a pair a few years ago, and honestly, they've probably become one of my favorite audio purchases ever. Since then, I've always been interested in trying other IEMs to see if anything could beat them. And recently, Bamboo Bird actually reached out to me and asked if I would like to take a look and review their JingHong Z3s. Now, whilst they did send them to me to review, this is not a sponsored video, and Bird Dance have had absolutely no input on what I'm about to say. Everything I am about to say is based off of my experience using the device. So after using these for gaming, videos, music, and general day-to-day use for the last month or so, let's talk about them. Now, if you have never used an IEM before, don't worry, they are not nearly as complicated as the name makes them out to be. An in-ear monitor is essentially just an earphone that sits a little deeper in your ear canal than your average pair of earbuds. Because of that, they can produce a surprising amount of detail and clarity for relatively little money. And that's exactly why they've become so popular with gamers, especially over the last few years. Instead of spending $100, $200 or more on a gaming headset, plenty of people are now buying a pair of £30 to £50 IEMs and pairing them with their own separate microphone. The JingHong Z3 fits right into that category. It's a dual dynamic driver IEM with metal housings, a detachable cable, and a range of different ear tips, all aimed at giving you a more premium experience without spending a fortune. Now, one of the very first things that really stood out to me with this device was actually the unboxing experience. Honestly, I think Bamboo Bird have done a really nice job here. Everything is very neatly presented, it feels organized, and for what is still a relatively affordable set of IEMs, it definitely gives a much better first impression than I was expecting. Inside the box, you get the IEMs themselves, a detachable cable, a surprisingly nice carry case, and the paperwork explaining the different ear tips, and on that, there are a good selection of ear tips to try. I particularly appreciated that they actually take the time to explain how each set of ear tips is designed to alter the sound signature slightly. It's a really nice touch, especially if you are newer to IEMs and maybe you didn't realize how much of a difference ear tips can make. Overall, first impressions were genuinely excellent. Now to take a look towards build quality, I actually think this is where these stand out the most. The metal housings feel fantastic, they've got enough weight to feel premium without being heavy, and the finish looks really clean, and nothing about them feels cheap. The cable is a big highlight for me especially. If you've ever been in any of my previous live streams, you'll know one of my biggest complaints about the Moondrop Chu has always been the cable. Every time I take them out or put them in a bag, they somehow manage to tie themselves into about 6 different knots. The Z3 cable was the complete opposite. I don't think I actually managed to tangle them really once during my testing, which sounds like such a small thing, but when you're using them every day, it's genuinely something you notice and appreciate. The detachable cable is another nice bonus because if it ever gets damaged, you can simply replace it instead of replacing them with an entire new set of earphones. Even the carry case deserves a mention. It's definitely not revolutionary, but it's sturdy and it protects everything nicely and adds to that feeling that this is a complete package rather than just a pair of earphones chucked into a box. Honestly, if somebody handed me these without telling me the price, I'd probably assume they cost a fair bit more than they actually do. Now, moving to our next section, taking a look at the comfort of this device, this is where things start to get a little bit more mixed. Now, to be fair, ear tips are incredibly personal. What works brilliantly for one person might be really awful for somebody else. I tried every set that came in the box because I wanted to experience those different sound profiles that Bamboo Bird talked about in their booklet. Unfortunately, none of them really suited my ears too well. And what I ended up doing was switching over to an aftermarket pair of ear tips that I had already bought for the Moondrop Chu, and I knew that those would fit me perfectly. And as soon as I swapped them over, everything improved dramatically. They sealed better, they sat more securely in my ears, and I could comfortably wear them for hours while gaming and then editing videos afterwards. So I don't necessarily see this as a criticism of the product because everybody's ears are different, but it is worth mentioning that I personally preferred using aftermarket ear tips. And now we move to what is arguably the most important part when it comes to any audio device, and that is the sound quality. And to be honest, this section is also a little bit mixed from me. First things first, these do not sound bad. Not even close. If you're coming from a typical 80 to maybe even £150 gaming headset, I actually think you'll be impressed with how these sound. The problem is that my personal benchmark was the Moondrop Chu. For the money, I think those are one of the best audio purchases I've ever made. So naturally, I was hoping that because these cost a little bit more, they'd take things another step further. However, for me, I don't think that they did. Using the same ear tips on both pairs to keep things as fair as possible, I did consistently find myself preferring the sound of the Chus. The Z3 definitely has more bass, music has a little more punch, explosions feel weightier, and cinematic games sound really satisfying. If that's the sort of sound signature that you enjoy, there's definitely something to like here. Where I felt it lost a little ground was within the mid-range. Vocals didn't stand out quite as clear, and instruments felt a little less separated. It wasn't a night and day difference. If I hadn't been comparing them directly, I probably wouldn't have thought about it too hard, but going back and forth between both pairs, it was noticeable. And for gaming, I found something quite similar. Single-player games sound really enjoyable, the bass gives explosions and larger cinematic moments a bit more impact and oomph to them. It was only once I jumped into games like Apex Legends where I started noticing the difference. Things like footsteps and pinpointing directional audio were still absolutely great, but I just found they stood out more on the Chu. And again, we're talking about very small differences here. I do genuinely think that these sound really good. It's just I preferred the tuning of the Chus. But moving on to something that I actually think is really interesting is where Bamboo Bird decided to allocate seemingly quite a lot of their budget. Quite often with cheaper IEMs, you'll see companies focused almost entirely on getting the drivers sounding as good as possible. Accessories are really basic, the cable feels terrible, and the packaging is very forgettable. Here it almost feels like the opposite approach. The overall presentation, materials, accessories, and build quality are really impressive in that $50 benchmark. Sound is very good, I just don't personally find it exceptional. And when you're competing against products like the Chu that are cheaper, it's a difficult comparison to win. But one thing I do think is worth mentioning is quality control. If you've been around the budget IEM scene for a while, you'll have seen discussions online about unit-to-unit variation with certain brands. Now, I want to be really clear here, I have no evidence to suggest that's what's happening with my particular unit. I'm not saying they were defective. I can only review the sample that Bamboo Bird sent me. For $50 though, I do think it's reasonable to expect good consistency between units, so all I can really do is judge the pair I've been sent over the last few weeks of testing. Now, with all of that said, I think it's probably about time to take a little look at the pros and the cons. First off, let's start with the pros though. You've got an excellent unboxing experience, very premium build quality, you get a great carry case, a detachable and tangle-free cable, very comfortable once you've got the right ear tips, and really good value compared to many gaming headsets. But onto the cons. I personally wasn't a fan of the majority of the included ear tips, and personally I found the mid-range clarity wasn't exceptional for things like competitive gaming. Now, moving towards our final verdict, overall I do like these. In fact, I like quite a lot about them. Like I said, the build quality, accessories, and cable are excellent. And the cable is one of my favorite things about them. And as an overall package, they feel much more premium than I expected. If you're moving over from a gaming headset and want to dip your toes into the world of IEMs, I think these are actually a pretty solid place to start. Where I do struggle slightly is recommending them over something like the Moondrop Chu. For my ears and the games that I play, I simply prefer their tuning. And this doesn't mean that these are bad, far from it. It just means that my personal benchmark is still the Chu, and that might be unreasonably high. So would I recommend the JingHong Z3? Yes, I would, but with one small caveat. If you value premium materials, great cable, excellent accessories, and a really polished overall package, I think these absolutely justify their price. If your only goal is to get the absolute best sound quality possible for your money, there are other IEMs out there that can provide better sound quality for a cheaper price. As always though, audio is actually just incredibly subjective. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments if if you had tried these IEMs before, and if not, what IEMs you're currently using. If you did enjoy this review, I'd really appreciate a like on the video. And if you are new here, feel free to subscribe because there are plenty more tech reviews, gaming videos, and live streams in general on the way. If there is another pair of IEMs that you would love for me to take a look at, feel free to drop them in the comments because I just like more creative gear, to be honest with you. A big thank you to Bird Dance for sending these out for review, and a massive thank you to you at home for watching. So take care out there, and much love.